I know you play Warwick for jungle, but what do you play for top?
I play Garen.
Eh, Okay.
Okay. Just to clarify from the start, since
Mm-hmm.
you are an Iron, if I say anything that's too complex, please let me know.
Okay.
Because this is my third coaching session today, so I might accidentally go too fast. Just tell me if
Okay.
I do.
Okay. I will do that.
Okay. The first thing that you want to do, like regardless of champion or role that you are playing, you want to
Mm-hmm.
defend the jungle camps.
Okay.
So in the case of top lane, generally you're going to stand right here
Okay.
on blue side. If you're red side, you'll
Mm-hmm.
stand here. But it's just so
Okay.
that you know if people are trying to like sneak in.
Okay. Gotcha. I used to do that. I did that in jungle. I would place the ward like in that bush where the Ambessa is,
Mm-hmm.
and then go back around the corner.
Yeah. Similar idea. Okay. Do you have any thoughts going in this matchup against Malphite?
Not at the moment, other than how I can avoid getting his. I believe it's his Q, the one that auto. It's the one that's the rock that goes through the ground that hits you.
Yep,
If
that's
you
his
know,
cue. Mm-hmm.
yeah, how I can kind of stay away from that one.
Yep. So generally, you're just going to try to stay out of the range of it, but you can also walk into your E and block the damage as well.
Okay, a lot of my matchups that I played with volley, I have always had enough pressure to just keep them under their turret.
Yep. It's really easy to do that with this passive.
I
Okay.
believe this game nobody really died in for the first 8 minutes
That is
for
surprising.
top lane. I mean,
Oh, top
the
lane.
other,
Okay.
yeah, the other lanes died, but top lane was just kind of trading.
Yeah. I was like, there's no way in this elo there weren't deaths all over the place.
No, no, no,
There
just top
always
lane,
are. Yeah.
just top lane.
Yeah. Okay. So level one, generally what I would like to see from you as Volibear, you want to start
Mm,
hitting the minions so you can build up your
mm-hmm.
passive because as you said,
Okay.
like you can push and do
Mm-hmm.
damage.
I
Um,
usually start off using the ability, then doing the auto attack,
mhm.
so that way I have like 1 or 2 stacks of the passive already. Because I think his E gives you 2 stacks. I could be wrong.
It looks like one because you just autoed. Yeah, it's just one
Okay,
stack.
I don't remember
Yeah,
that.
unless there's
Yeah.
some like
Okay.
secret Volibear thing I don't know, but yeah, it's one.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, so the reason that I don't like you doing it at the beginning, so like when you do this, for example. Now, thankfully, the Malphite did Q into your shield
Mm-hmm.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but if he's patient, all he has to do is wait for the shield to go down, and
Mm-hmm.
then you're gonna take damage for free
Ah, okay.
because he knows you have nothing up.
So
So yeah.
instead of using it at the point I used it. I should have waited until he threw the Q at me, then use it.
Well, the problem with that is your E takes too long because it's delayed.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so instead, I would rather you just use it when the minions are low, because that's
Okay.
when he's gonna want to fight you generally.
Mm-hmm.
Because like, let's say, um, let me get a decent example. So like here, these minions are
Mm-hmm.
low. So
Mm-hmm.
if you throw the E on top of this minion, you know he
Mm-hmm.
wants to walk into it, and so he's going to take the E damage.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a matter of trading around the minions that he wants.
Yeah, Volibear's passive also is a good way, a good thing in top lane because it kind of keeps the other top laner a little back.
It does. Volibear is really good at setting up dives because of that.
Yes. Yep, and then it stays like this pretty much most of the early game.
That trade's good. Oh, I don't think you can
I
kill
get
him
too
though.
greedy, and then I
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
out. I try sneaking in the E on him, but he always dodges it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I try like putting it like where he would go, kind of predicting.
Yeah. Volibear's ability, or his E, is really easy to dodge. Because, as I said before, how delayed it is. But also, if you pay attention to Volibear, I'll slow it down a little bit. He's gonna...
He raises.
yeah, the arm. So if he's paying attention to that, it's pretty hard for him to get hit.
Uh-huh. That's like with Singed, whereas if you hear his laugh as Fiora, you can block it.
Hmm.
At least from what I've heard.
Yeah, it's in
I've
general if
never
you're
gone
paying
up
attention
against
to it. Well, I haven't played that matchup specifically. I'm sure there is some kind of mechanic like that. Although they
Yeah.
may have to be careful about him taunting to like
Yeah.
fake it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the idea is the same. Like if
Yeah.
he pays attention to your animation, then he can know it's coming.
I've never went against a Fiora, so I wouldn't know how she plays.
Yeah. Speaking
Yeah.
of, how long have you been playing League? Because I see on your account this is your first season of ranked at least.
I've been playing for like 2 to 3 months.
Okay.
I did play on and off back in like season 9, but that was like I played it like a couple games. I got mad. I got like kind of frustrated at the game, and then took a break, and then came back like a month later. So I didn't play it like that competitively because I never really leveled up enough to get into competitive. So this is my actual first time sticking with the game and playing competitive.
Mm-hmm.
And I always used to play Volibear, so that's why I decided to try him again when I started playing League again. And I played jungle because, well, I was never really good at CSing. Until recently I tried playing top lane a lot more so I could practice my CS. So, yeah.
The reason I asked this because it gives me a general idea of how well you know the enemy champion's abilities, like what they do, what your teammates do.
I only know some of them. I don't know all of them.
Yeah, yeah.
I pretty much just know the ones I see the most.
Well, like Garen, probably.
I don't see him very much at all.
Really?
I mostly see Alawi, Mord, and Yorick.
Interesting. So those are the common iron pick these days.
Oh, and Teemo.
Of course, Teemo is required.
And then jungle to Warwick, Moo, and a bunch of other stuff. Bot lane, I always see misfortune against Caitlyn. That's all. Okay. So...
yeah. Once again, you're pushing. This is good. Now I'm hoping that you go for a play here. Okay, so this is similar to before, where you like threw out the E and it's not gonna land.
Mm-hmm.
When you're gonna go for either a dive or a trade, anything like that on Volibear, you need to be stunning right after you're throwing the E out. So if you're not in range to really stun him, then you probably shouldn't throw it yet.
So his combo's QEW, right?
EQW.
Oh, okay. Because I thought you would proc the Q before the E, since the E is delayed.
Well, oh, okay. So you're talking about what hits, like the order of them hitting.
Yeah.
Yes, then yes, it would be that way. I was referring to the order in which you would tap the abilities, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Either way, he walked into it. He should die here.
I didn't get him killed. I got him. I believe I got him low, but wasn't able to finish.
Let's see.
Because I was low from the turret, and then I went back to base.
Yep, as you should. This is good, and then hopefully you teleport back.
I don't believe I teleported because the wave didn't come back to me. but I'm missing out on a lot of CS, so I probably should have.
Well, you're not really missing CS. I'm not concerned about that. So normally, like, let's pretend the Malphite was full HP, really healthy or whatever. Then it would be good to do what you're doing because he doesn't have enough time to get this wave under your turret to where you're really missing a lot of minions. But the reason I want you to teleport is because of how low he is. You can just kill him under his turret because you'll come back with full HP and hopefully an item. Yeah, you bought some items there, so you're a little bit stronger.
I tried to rush boots first because I think volleys needs the movement speed early.
Kind of. It depends on the matchup. If it's like a melee champion, you don't need the movement speed as much as something that's going to be really annoying to get onto, like maybe a Teemo, as you said.
Okay. Another thing that you'll notice is I have trouble knowing when to go to mid, so I just split push a lot. So I miss team fights and just split push because I'm not very good at gauging when to go.
That's I mean that's okay. Like starting out just doing the same thing over and over to get an idea for 1v1s and stuff, but obviously it's something you do eventually want to practice.
I mean, I can get to some of the team fights, but I miss like a good chunk.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll see an example here in this game.
I should. Considering I got them down to their last tower before the inhib.
So when you're pushing out the wave past the middle of the lane like this, what generally should you do? There's a habit I'm looking for. I'll give you a hint. It has to do with enemy jungler.
I should be checking the map and seeing if the jungler is going to gank.
Yep, so that's the first step. And then if you think that it's possible that they'll gank, what should you do?
Walk back to turret.
Not quite. I mean, you can keep pushing until they show up. But the answer I'm looking for is ward.
Oh, I wasn't going to say that because I thought that was the wrong answer.
It's not good.
Okay.
So yeah, whenever you're pushing past like the middle of the lane, generally, unless you know the jungler can't be there, you're gonna ward one of these brushes, and then you'll continue pushing so that you know you can do it safely.
Okay, I usually ward the one in the middle.
This one?
Yep.
Yep, that's usually the best one to do it. But there can be some champions that like to go over the wall, so you gotta respect that sometimes. Like maybe
like Kayn.
Yeah, Kayn's the example I was gonna use. I was about to say I wasn't 100% sure if you know what Kayn does, so.
He goes through walls.
You do.
And then you have Zac, which just flies.
Yep.
Okay, so I go back because I pushed. I saw. Okay, no, I don't go back. You think I would remember?
Yep. Well, there's the ward. That was good.
Yep. I placed it because my Mbessa was going down there, and I thought maybe the Kindred would be coming to contest for the scuttle. Towards the middle of the game, my deaths start to go up a lot more because I'm pretty sure I'm playing more aggressive than I should. Okay.
Probably so.
Yep. I missed my ult. Usually, I think you want to hit him in the middle to do more damage.
Yes, if you can. Definitely want to hit him in the middle.
I've also heard that you should only use your ult when you can get a kill.
I suppose that's generally true. Yeah.
Because the good way to know if the ult's good is if you get a kill out of it. If you don't, then it was a bad ult.
For yeah, for your current level of the game, that is a good line of thought.
Okay.
As you get better, there can be times where it's worth it to deny the opponent like a minion wave or something, but most of the time, yeah, that's good.
Okay. Yeah, I thought I would get him here, and then he just speeds off.
Yeah. So, this goes back to what we talked about before with like the combo. Why it didn't work because you're starting with Q, W, and then your E is really late. And then yeah, that's also why your R didn't land because you didn't have the slow from your E.
Okay.
Let's see.
And then I reset when it hits.
Yep, that's good.
Buy more stuff and come back to lane. This just repeats for the beginning.
I would imagine so.
I never actually ended up killing him until later.
This is pretty common lower rank Volibear gameplay. The passive you naturally push, but you don't have the experience with diving effectively, so yeah, it can be quite repetitive.
I mean, I can get the occasional turret disable kill, but that's not very often.
That was an ambitious ultimate there.
Yeah.
Did you expect your E to land? Is that what was going on here?
Yeah. And instead I kind of just destroyed the wave.
Yeah. Those minions didn't see it coming, that's for sure.
I mean, I did get some value. It wasn't much, but it was some value.
Technically, yeah. Does feel really bad for Volibear though, because your ultimate is such a high cooldown level.
Yeah. It's shorter than a lot of the other ones, though.
Is it?
It's shorter than some of the other characters' champions ults. I believe Karthus is
Oh yeah, Karthus has one of the longest ones in the game.
And then
yeah, 160. That's a very long old cooldown.
Think it's longer than Jinx's. I mean, shorter than Jinx's. I could be wrong. I don't really. Oh, spreadsheet.
Let's see if this is remotely up to date. Okay, I'm not. That's not gonna be helpful.
No, it isn't.
It's not a big deal.
It's not a straight answer. Oh, anyway.
Yeah, well, the point is, like, yes, there are some ultimates that are a longer cooldown, but Volibear's is very long. Generally, if it's above a couple minutes, it's a very long ultimate cooldown.
I believe Shen's is shorter.
It probably is, yeah. I think it's like 140, something like that.
His ult doesn't do damage. It's just kind of like a tool to help you do damage.
Yep.
Jeez.
Fighting it out.
Later in the game, he decided to build, I believe, I could be wrong, but Heartsteel, which was another reason why he was harder to kill, because his health kept increasing.
Yep, every time you two slap fists.
Yeah, I had a set like that, and... Okay, yep, I pushed the wave. I saw... The reason why I didn't fully push that wave is because I saw the Kindred was coming. So I went back to stop her from ganking. Well, yeah. And also I knew she was coming because she put the mark on me. And usually when a Kindred puts the mark on you, that means they're going for you specifically.
Yep, either they're going for you or they want to spook you. One of the two.
Yep. So I was like, oh, she's near.
Okay. We've reached the point where...
It's just repetitive.
Well, yeah. So I'm kind of like skipping past that a little bit. I'm looking for when like Drake and Herald and all that are up because I want to see what happens after that. Maybe we'll see the split pushing.
Harold's up. Let's see. Yeah, it's like not. It's like towards the middle of the game. It's not really at this point.
Well, goodness, it is a 43-minute game. Fair enough. It's not the middle yet.
No, this is still early. Well, early to mid.
Yeah, I generally consider mid game starting at like 15 minutes.
I believe it's after I take this turret that it starts.
Kinda, yeah.
I don't think you got a single plate.
Nope. That was the first damage the turret took.
Yep.
That cannon minion.
Yep. And my Mbess is just ranking the kills in. I don't know what she did with that.
With the Herald?
Yeah, I thought maybe she could have used it in a different lane, but that was just my opinion.
Well, I think the reason she didn't use it mid is because it has literally like 10 HP. Yeah.
And then she didn't use it bot because she wasn't near it.
Yeah. So I think this is good by her.
And then we take the next tower.
Yeah. Although she probably didn't need to use the Herald immediately, but it's still good value.
Yep. Kindred's ult is annoying sometimes. Okay, so I complete my second item. Boots are considered an item, right?
Generally, no. They're not considered a full item. So like if, let's say we trying to find a decent example. Yeah, I guess like these champions here where they have like boots plus seraphs or whatever, they're gonna be on their 1 item spike. If they get another thing, there'll be 2 items. Yeah, it's just because boots are so cheap.
Okay, right here I decided to go for him because he was getting fed, and I wanted to kind of stop it, which probably wasn't a good idea.
Yeah. So if someone is fed, how do you deal with that? Yes, you did contribute. Well, you don't just ignore them, but you don't want to fight a quote-unquote fair fight.
So you want to have teammates with you.
Yes.
So it's like, instead of a 1v1, it's like a 2v1 or a 3v1.
Yep. So you need to wait for your Azir to come back from base, and then you can look for this kind of fight.
I believe I died and they finished him off. I got him pretty low, but... yeah.
Yeah. Well, the E landed at least. There they go, yeah. Would have been much better if they were there with you initially.
Yeah, I didn't know they were coming back. Then I believe this is where they start going and grouping. Because now the top laner's in the bot lane. And I'm still going top.
I'm debating how I want to go about this, because technically what you're doing is incorrect.
It is?
Yes. Because what you're supposed to do coming out of base is you see that dragon is already up, and then you start playing for the dragon.
Ah, okay. Because as a top laner, I thought I don't really mess with the bottom of the map, because top is just like an island. So you don't really come down from there that much unless it's for a team fight.
Well, that would be the team fight, is at the dragon.
True, but in Iron, team fights aren't really a thing because they happen all the time.
That's kind of true, but you'd still definitely get value from being there.
Yeah, but I see what you're saying, though.
Yeah, but the reason earlier that I said that's the correct play is because I'm trying to debate if that's like the correct thing for you to do right now, because I don't want to overcomplicate it since you're only a couple months in.
I don't think I've passed the learning curve yet either.
Yeah. Okay, I think, yeah. If Drake is up, I would like for you to go to the Drake.
Okay.
And then if Drake is not up, then you can go hit minions.
Okay.
Wherever. I think that's simple enough to do.
Okay.
Now, of course, there can be exceptions. Like, if all of your teammates are dead, don't go to the Drake, because you're not going to be able to do anything.
Yeah, that's just kind of common sense.
Yeah.
It's 1 against 4 or 5.
And they clarified, this is only going to be, like, later, as you said, like, you've already killed your turret and you're able to roam and stuff. You wouldn't go to the Drake early on in the first, like, 10 minutes or anything like that.
It'd be like kind of like a mid to late game thing.
Yeah, when you can push out minions far enough to where you're not going to lose a ton of minions for roaming.
Yep. Okay. Apparently I was targeted by somebody. I didn't even know. Oh, that's okay. Yeah. I believe I killed him. Somehow he was easier to kill than he was in the mid lane.
Oh,
nope, I don't.
No.
I would have gotten him if the Kindred didn't come in.
Yep.
I was like, "You're lucky Kindred came." He's like, "Sure." I'm like, "Okay." Believe what you want to believe. And then I just keep going top again.
Yep. Oh goodness, you even teleported to say hello to Ambessa.
I teleported because he was directly there, and I figured I could finish him off. But that was a kind of like a greedy teleport.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I do find this amusing how long the Drake's gonna be up.
I thought that was the Yone that was inside the bush, but it turns out it was the Kindred.
Yep. It worked out well for you that way.
Yep. She surprised me too, because I thought I was going to place a ward there, but I didn't know anybody was in the bush. My bad, no, I wasn't going to place a ward, I was going to go back to base. And then he decides to come out of nowhere.
That should be good for you. You have your teammate with you. There we go.
And then the Malphite comes back.
Do it again. Oh, no!
I got lucky.
No, you could have canceled your recall. You could have won that.
I was too scared because I was low. But then again, I do have my E.
Yeah, you got your shield. You can heal off your W. You got ways to beat him there, but it's okay.
True. And then I think he takes the tower. Oh, no, he doesn't. Okay.
Not yet.
At this point, I'm kind of using the E just to take the minions.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because turning in the later game, his E doesn't do much damage to people. You kind of use it as a zoning tool.
Yeah, especially since you're not maxing it second.
Yep. I max Q and W.
Yep.
And then I believe this is where I take the second turret, because they're fighting and not paying attention.
Oh, okay, nice. You got her. I don't think you're going to be able to get turret number 3, though.
Nope. I got too greedy.
Yeah, so
now you could see where my death starts to add up.
At this point in the game, like when you've killed the first 2 turrets, generally you don't want to go for this because you have to go so far into the enemy territory to hit it that it's very hard to not die. So I would rather you, like, once you get this pushed out, then maybe go help them push out mid lane or push out top lane, something, until they're also, like, you've killed those turrets off, and then you have more room to work with.
I could be wrong, but I believe I switched to the bottom lane and took care of that turret.
Hopefully so, soon enough.
Either the top, bottom, or mid lane I switched to.
Okay,
Okay, so
that
I
doesn't really
switch.
narrow things down when it was one of the 3 lanes.
I meant mid or bottom.
Yeah.
Top. I didn't mean to say top.
Okay.
Top kind of just slipped out of.
This looks good.
Yep.
Excellent.
This was a greedy ult. I think that's coming up.
Second dragon in 29 minutes. That is incredible.
Is that normal?
No.
They're usually taken as soon as they come up.
Yeah, normally at this point, let me think how many dragons would be down. There'd usually be 5 dragons down by this point, at least.
And the soul would
Or
already be close to.
yeah, like one team would have soul. I said at least. Yeah, so it's either 4 or 5. Like 4 would be a really weird game, but most of the time it's going to be 5. And then one team either has soul or is threatening soul on the next one.
Because right now it's just 2.
Yeah.
The only thing that's really been taken was Herald and Grubs. I decided to go back here because I didn't know what else to do, and I was kind of afraid to go in. I was debating on whether I should go in, but at the same time, my abilities were on cooldown, and I had gold that needed to be spent. So
You do have a little bit of gold to spend. I'm okay with the recall. I do like fighting though, because their support's dead. But like, if you want to recall, that's fine, as long as you tell your teammates in some form that you don't want to fight. Like, if you careful ping them or type in chat, hey, don't fight,
yeah,
then it's okay.
The Ambessa is kind of just doing her own thing.
Yep, chasing kills.
Yep. The Lux got mad at her because she said she was trying to save her KDA. And I'm like, oh, this game again. I hear that in every single game I play.
I'm sure you do. Well, that's the perfect excuse. If you're doing badly, you got a lot of deaths, just say your teammate's protecting their KDA.
Yep. I believe I killed him here.
I doubt it.
Nope, that's right. Oh, well, I died here. Because I got stunned so many times I couldn't do anything. The only one I did end up killing was the Kindred.
Got a little outnumbered there.
Yep. The death timer just starts stacking up after. I believe I was... Yeah, okay. I'm not sure when I should sell my starting item. Because sometimes I sell the band so I can get more space. Like the ring, you can sell it at a certain point and get an extra slot for another.
Yep. Whenever you can buy something significant with it. So like if you can finish your Cosmic Drive or your second item, the further you are into your build, the more inclined you should be to sell it. Like when you're 2 items deep, that tiny little bit of AP is not going to matter. Like who cares about the 18 AP?
Yeah, I sold it and bought the tier because I was going to go for the there's a piece of an item that takes the tier.
Winter? Is that what you're building?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. To get the tier early then. As early as you can.
I kind of just dance around in the... Okay.
I like this fight though. This is good. Only problem is you don't have Seraphine, but it's probably still going to work.
Yeah, I believe it does. Oh yeah, that's right. Just kind of, yeah.
Okay, so 3 enemies are dead. What do you think the correct play is here?
Push.
Okay, well you've done that. The mid wave is under turret. Alright, unless you're saying push bottom, I suppose you could do that.
Oh no, I was just saying push mid and force them back. but nobody's grouped, so you couldn't really do
Yeah,
that.
you can't really do anything further because they're under turret, and yeah, you can't force a whole lot more, especially with no ultimate.
It was 34 seconds too.
Yeah.
Wait, no, that's my passive. Wait.
No, that's your ultimate. 34 seconds. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yep. Never mind. I confused the E picture with the ult. Okay.
Yeah. So, what I'm looking for generally, if they have a bunch of people dead, is to go Baron.
Okay. We don't do that.
Yeah, you definitely don't. But if you're not gonna do Baron, at least what I'd like, as you said, is you push out mid lane, and then you can go to the dragon, which is up in 22 seconds. That's also an option.
I believe we didn't do that either. oh wait, no. Okay.
Someone pinged the Baron. I don't know who it was.
It was.
It was the Lux.
Yes.
Yeah, but no one actually did it.
I was the only one who went.
Yeah. Like how Lux called for it and then didn't move herself. That's pretty funny.
That guy's ult is tanky. Swain.
Yeah, the Swain. Yeah. Do you know how his ultimate works?
I believe it's the more damage he does, the longer it lasts.
Kinda, yeah. So if he hits you, it extends the duration. So basically, if you walk out of the circle, then it's gonna run out of time. But if you keep staying in the circle, it's not going to end.
That explains why I've been having so much trouble with him.
Yeah, it's a very frustrating champion to play against as a melee champion.
Because in order to do damage, you have to come up against him.
Yep.
And that's kind of what I at that point, I'm like, I give up. I'm just going to go for the Malphite. And then I end up dying. He's like, how did I live that? And I'm like, because I chose to go for the Malphite.
I don't think you were going to kill him either way.
Nope. I just gave up at that point. I was cornered and couldn't do anything. Yeah, the ambassador just keeps racking up kills and hasn't died yet. She ends up getting to like 23 and then she starts dying. I have no idea what I was doing there.
Just tasting the blue buff a little bit.
I guess, yes.
Do you prefer blueberry or raspberry buff?
Depending on the champ. Most of the time I go for raspberry.
Okay. I didn't know different champions had different taste buds.
Karthus is starting on... Karthus likes to start on the blueberry.
Right. He's just a blueberry fan.
Yes.
Is raspberry too bitter for him?
Yeah. It also slows him down.
Okay. So here we got some kind of confusion with Baron.
Yeah. I missed my ult again, and I did the thing. I stayed inside of his ult, which made it stay up.
Yep. That's just a matter of not knowing fully how it works.
Yep.
Yeah. Not much to talk about with that. As you said, you assessed it correctly. You ulted a little bit too early when they weren't in range, and then obviously once you know what his ultimate does, it's easier to play around it.
I believe his ult's also used as an engage.
Swain's?
No, volley. I think
Volibear's,
yes.
yes.
It's the engage of the team.
Usually, yeah, it is.
And I don't know what she was doing there.
He doesn't either.
Nope, nobody knows. I go bot because I saw the Swain, not Swain, but Yon was there, and yeah. I like missing my ults.
Indeed, you do.
I also don't know when to use flash, so a lot of the time when I flash, I get question marks, and I'm like, wait, was that a bad flash?
You flash to run away, or you flash when you think it can kill someone if you can get in range?
Don't you also flash to avoid abilities?
Yep. If
Okay.
it's like a really scary ability in a fight. Yep.
Like moored pole, if you can't get out of the way.
Yeah, if it's going to turn into you dying. Yeah. But you don't want to use it for every one of his pulls because your flash is
No.
too high of a cooldown.
Yep. I'm like, the game's over, and then I'm like, oh wait, no, I'm back. And then I go for him.
I still managed to not end the game.
Nope.
3 minutes remaining.
I've never hit the hour mark. To be honest, I don't even know if it says an hour or just 60 minutes.
It says 60.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Is it?
It should be an hour, not at 60 minutes. Around this time, I just decided to keep destroying the waves, because that's the only thing I could have done.
Yeah, you're kind of stuck here because of the inhibs being down.
Yep.
It's a little bit harder to stall games out compared to old days when Elder Dragon didn't exist.
I believe they're adding a new monster in the
Yeah,
next
they
season.
are. That'll probably make things go differently as well. But I think the longest game I ever had was like 90 something minutes. I was losing my mind.
Whoa.
I was like, just get me out of this game. I don't care anymore.
I don't care if I lose or win. Right here, she ults, and I can't do anything, so I just leave it. Because I know she ults right there, and I'm like, oh, well, I'm not killing her.
No, you should still stay in the circle. But
Wouldn't that save me if I stayed in her circle too? Because it also applies to enemies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I thought it only applied to her.
No, that'd be a very broken ability if it was just her teammates.
That's why I walked out of it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, there's no point in fighting her because she's just going to stay alive and I'll just die anyway.
Yep.
That's another thing that I needed to learn.
Mm-hmm.
It comes with playing.
Interestingly enough, is the exact opposite of the Swain situation, where you were like, oh, I'm going to respect it and walk away, and then that was not the correct play because of how that ultimate works.
I got them reversed.
Yep. Okay, and so the game ends pretty much by the time... Yeah, I don't think you even spawn.
Nope, I don't spawn. Ambessa dies trying to defend the turret, and the game ends. And I exit before the defeat screen comes up.
Okay, so I have some notes here to give you.
Okay.
Oh, almost DM'd the wrong person with that. Whoopsies.
No, it goes to me, not whoever else.
Yeah, don't want to give them the secrets. But yeah, so those are just like kind of the things we talked about. Obviously, don't practice them all at once. Just like pick one or two things that you want to try out in a game and see if you like it or not. Yeah, so this is your time if you want to ask any questions about the notes or anything completely unrelated. It's up to you.
Let's see. Let me read the notes first. The only time you dive is when the person's slow, correct?
Yeah, most of the time. It's when they're low enough to where you can kill them.
So, and also, when it becomes difficult to push out a lane safely, what lane, is there like a priority of which lane you would move to after that, or does it not matter?
It does matter, but usually... Or is it
one of the situations where you go to a lane where nobody is?
That, yeah. That's going to be the basic way to look at it, yeah. So
Okay.
you're not sharing XP.
Okay. Um, let's see what else. What happens if I try to go a major objective, but everybody just wants to fight each other, and I can't get the team to do anything?
Hmm.
I've had times where I've been trying to like, let's do this objective. Then everybody just stuck in middle, just constantly fighting, and I'm like, the game's about taking objectives, not just fighting.
Yeah, if you try to get them to do it like you're pinging and they do not want to do it at all, you either go to the fight because you think you can win the fight, or if you think you won't win the fight, then go to a nearby lane or take jungle camp, something.
Yeah, yeah. Most of the time when that happens, I just split push and end up the fight ends up ending early and nobody dies because, well, I'm putting pressure on the enemy and they have to leave the fight in order
Yeah,
to stop me.
that's fine. As long as you're like trying for it and then adapting later on if they don't do it, then that's good.
Yes, it's hard to stop some split pushers. I'm pretty sure Volley's not really a split pusher.
Generally, no. It's more of a
Yorick, I
team
know, is a
fighter.
split pusher.
Yeah.
That's his whole thing.
Yep.
And then I believe Trundle and Fiora are both split pushers.
Yeah, they like 1v1s.
And when they get fed and split push, well, you're gonna have to bring pretty much half the team. Let's see what else I can think of. Is there any situation when I wouldn't defend the jungle camps?
Level 1?
Yes.
If you're invading with your teammates.
Okay. And trading around your low HP minions means if they lose one, if you're about to lose one, you take one of theirs, right?
Well, that is one way to look at it, yeah. But the other is if your minion, like your ally minion's about to die,
Mm-hmm.
then make your opponent have to work for it.
Okay. Kind of like hit them and pressure them.
Yeah. If they want to hit the
Okay.
minion, they're taking a hit from you.
Okay. I think that's all the questions I have.
Cool. Sounds good. I guess we'll end it there.